just the defensive intensity that you guys played consistently throughout the game, getting off to a great start in the first quarter, maintaining the defense down the stretch. How pleasing is that to see? Was that the difference in the game?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was a difference in the game. Talked to the guys yesterday about our need to have better defensive discipline, game plan discipline. That was going to be the biggest key tonight, obviously, with a lot of firepower offensively, but especially with Leonard and George and Harden. You know, Westbrook has always given us problems. Our guys were pretty dialed in. And, you know, credit to our group, understanding that was the key coming into the game and the key coming out of the game. Obviously, they caught fire there with that second group. You know, we were a little discombobulated with our matchups and some execution, and you know, Clippers did a great job with their drive and kick. Powell gets hot. Obviously, George, you know, had a heck of a game as well. But we try to make it extremely tough on these guys, and the defense really set the tone. You know, offensively, especially that second unit, they started switching more. Physicality really bothered us, but we just found enough plays, enough winning plays down the stretch. We were poised with our execution, got good looks. You know, credit them. They had some good hands, knocked the ball out of bounds, but step up to line, knocked down some big free throws at the end, and then just great execution in the game against a team that was swarming, trying to trap. You know, overall, a lot of great situational stuff we can take away, but the biggest thing was just our defensive discipline, and then just our poise on offense.
Taylor, in what ways was Desmond and Marcus able to galvanize the group down the stretch?
I mean, huge. I mean, just those guys were in a lot of the primary actions defensively, taking on the one-on-one challenges. Obviously, with George, Leonard, you know, that was key for us. And then just those guys kind of just playing off each other offensively. You know, I think they had man in there, and he was denying Dez, and you know, Marcus, you know, having to handle and pick and roll against physical defense, get inside, you know, making great plays to the rollers because we needed that against their switching defense. And then Dez, you know, obviously, you know, 3 for 11 from the three-point line, but still had 6 assists. I mean, the fact that he's playmaking at a high level, going in and finishing at a high level, gets to the free throw line, knocks down shots. Those two guys were key to us. This was a great game by Marcus. You know, see, you know, his impact offensively and defensively, but those two guys taking on that challenge defensively was really impressive.
How would you analyze your team, Coach, considering where you're as young in the season, but how do you like the way your team is playing and coming together, especially after the win tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is this is a very together group. We're definitely having our bumps in the road, and we're scrapping. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Our guys are coming in with the right mentality, the right spirit every single day, despite the record, and understand that we're right there, and we're trying to, you know, push the right things defensively. The standard we talk about offensively, chemistry is taking time with guys in and out, and you know, some new offensive philosophy things. But the guys are just staying committed, you know, to the duration of the season, just one day at a time mentality. So they've got a great care factor. I always say that. You know, we've taken some punches at the end of games, haven't come up with some victories, and they come right into the next day. How do we get better? You know, how do I get better as a coach? But the togetherness is the biggest thing that stands out. Obviously, you know, a great way to start a road trip against a really good Clippers team, and then our guys just really understand what are the things that are going to move the needle for us to be successful. What is it defensively? What is it offensively? And what is it just spiritually? You know, that we just got to stay together through this and stay positive. It's been really impressive to watch, and we've still got a long journey ahead of us, a lot of ground to make up, but it's just one day at a time. That's how these guys operate.
Can you talk about Bismack Biyombo as the defensive anchor? Did you expect to get that much productivity out of him offensively as well? Can you talk about him a little bit, please?
Biz has been awesome for us. Obviously, you know, well aware of the player he's been, you know, many years in the league, how he's accepted his role, where he can make an impact. Obviously, defensively, 2 block shots, but, you know, rebounding's been a struggle for us, both defensively and offensively, how he comes in and sets a tone there. We're putting him in some different coverages throughout the game, so he's kind of still learning that, you know, with our group, the chemistry on the defensive side, but his length, his physicality, his unselfishness on the defensive side is something, you know, has been really impressive. You saw that, but now you get to see it in your system with your group. And then offensively, just how he's setting screens, he's being available for the handlers. He's been playmaking, you know, playing in these half rolls and kicking out to shooters, and then obviously what he does on the boards, and then obviously stepping up to the line and knocking down some free throws. I know he missed a couple, but, you know, crucial ones, especially late in the game. It's been awesome to see what he's doing to continue to add to our offense and our defense, and he's obviously an important player for us moving forward.
Taylor, from what you're getting from Dez on both ends of the floor, with the usage rate and everything that he's facing night in and night out, I mean, what does that say about his, number one, coming into the season prepared physically to do it, but also what he's gained night in and night out in terms of his confidence?
Yeah, I mean, it's his commitment to helping his team be the best that they can be. Obviously, we're relying on him for a lot for offense right now, scoring, playmaking. He and I talked over the summer how he wanted to be challenged defensively, and striking that right balance between the usage like you talked about. But the biggest takeaway is how he trains in the offseason. I mean, the guy is one of the best workers I've ever seen. He's intentional with his work, not just basketball-wise, but also on his body. Obviously, he was coming off of surgery, so he was chomping at the bit for the basketball piece, but making sure he was, being, as strong as possible, as conditioned as possible, hit the ground running, and hasn't skipped a beat since he started training, towards the end of the summer, basketball-wise. But it's his kind of ownership of the responsibility of what he has to make an impact for our group. It's offense, defense, leadership, everything. But this guy is the epitome of what it means to be a guy that works hard and he, pays off the dividends.
Taylor, even with the key absences and the start that you certainly wouldn't want, what influence has Marcus had on the group and things that may not have been present last season?
Yeah, what I love is Marcus's even-keeledness throughout. It's rubbed off on all of us. Obviously, our group is super competitive. We want to win every game. What team doesn't? We're having our struggle moments. With guys in and out of the lineup. Trying to get a grasp of our standard offensively and defensively. But the dudes had just a positive mentality throughout. Just saying the right things in the locker room, keeping the group together. Inviting the guys to dinner, talking in the locker room, on the court. You just see him just pulling the group together, and it's been awesome how the group's responded. And I've seen other guys do that too. But Marcus has come in, new environment, new teammates, new circumstances. It could shake anybody, but our group has really remained close. And I think Marcus has done a great job with his voice and just his commitment to just finding that consistency and staying level-headed, knowing that it's a journey. And we still got 72 games left, so we're going to get tested, each and every day. This guy's been through a lot, and he understands the ups and downs, and our guys have gone through it too. But it's good getting even a new voice to come in and just remind us of what we're facing and how we can face it.
Last question.
I was going to ask you about Marcus Smart's contributions, but you've already answered that numerous times. So I will ask, how do you think Marcus Smart will affect the team once everybody's back, as far as being a team leader and keeping everybody going in a positive direction?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have a substantial impact. Obviously, we made a big commitment this summer to bring him here for all the basketball qualities, but the interpersonal qualities. We always talk about having competitors, on our team, and he's done it at the highest level. The sacrifice, the trust that it takes, being able to push each other, both directions, push others, and receive pushback yourself to continue to get the best out of yourself. Obviously, when we get fully whole, whatever that's going to look like, as the course of the season rolls on, we've got a lot of faith that he's going to bring a lot of positives to our group, not just on the court but off the court. And I'm going to keep challenging him to do that and find his way of doing that, right? He's got to do it organically, and hopefully he continues to push us to find that next level that the Grizzlies are capable of.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Yep.